Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to a special VIR talk show on embracing AI for the modern media. On June 21st this year, later this month, we mark 99 years of Vietnam's Revolutionary Press Day. So more so than ever before, the media must today tackle modernization of its processes in order to stay relevant in the form of digital transformation. For press agencies, in addition to revenue issues, slow digital transformation could affect operations, cooperation opportunities, and also market expansion. New technology has the potential to make operations management smoother, driving both results and performance, but the slow application of such tech could cause newspapers to face the risk of increased costs stemming from old processes, and they may also miss out on some opportunities to cooperate with digital platforms. Boosting the reach of newspapers in alignment with making money has also become ever more complex since the dawn of the internet. But press agencies today are tasked with improving the customer experiences and attracting and retaining readers. They have to provide viewers and readers with accurate, transparent, and timely information. However, there is the current explosion of artificial intelligence, which poses more questions than answers to some, for journalism and media production. It has yet to be determined if AI will create a push for international and domestic press agencies to transform and upgrade themselves to create new values and offer new services, or if it will cause artificial media to dominate traditional media. So with that being said, to examine these questions today, we have invited some special guests to be in the studio and to take part online. They include representatives of press agencies, press management and organizations from home and abroad, which have to tackle the powerful and rapid digital transformation and the invasion of AI. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce the speakers. And first off in the studio is Mr. Doa Ang Duc. He is the Dean of the Multimedia Department at the School of Journalism and Communication, which is under the University of Social Sciences and Humanities. Good morning.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Roy. Have a good day.
Thank you. And also we have a few guests online today. First off is Mr. Tran Dinh. He is head of the Fintech Committee at the Vietnam Blockchain Association. Good morning.
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Tran Dinh. I'm the head of Fintech department from Vietnam Blockchain Association. Vietnam Blockchain Association is the non-profit association working in blockchains and AI. So really happy here today to have a good talk together. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Also online, we have Dr. Long Nguyen. He is the Associate Program Manager of Professional Communications at RMIT Vietnam. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Long Nguyen. I'm from RMIT in Vietnam, and I'm working for the Department of Professional Communications, focused on public relations and advertising in the new digital era. Nice to talk to you and love to share some information with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And finally, also online, we have Nguyen Thanh Son, who is currently the chairman of the Media Ventures Vietnam Group. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Son Nguyen, and I'm the chairman of MVV Group.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So thank you all for joining today. Actually, I'd like to start with Mr. Tran Dinh of the Vietnam Blockchain Association. So we are talking about AI. Blockchain is, there's something that also is a bit more talked about in the last few years, for sure, especially in Vietnam. So it is considered important, but in various areas. But how is it actually used in terms of press or the media, and what differences can it make, maybe on a wider scale with domestic and global media?
Okay, so talk about blockchains. Blockchain technology, although still new, but not widely applied in journalism field. But blockchain holds significant potential, and many applications use blockchain technology can apply into this industry. For example, as you know, in blockchains we have the the NFT, right? The NFT technology. So at the moment, many content like video, like photo, they use NFT technology to distribute into blockchain. So right now, many creator or journalism, they can create the content into the blockchain and put it into blockchain, and they can share it in global. So first, the application that blockchain can use in journalism is content distributor. And in blockchain, we have a peer-to-peer sharing. So when we use blockchain and we use NFT, so we can sharing it in global to each other. And the second is how to apply in journalism. About blockchains, in blockchain we have an application that we call micropayment. Right now, many like paper, many news, they attract user in global by micropayment, because for example, if you are in Vietnam, you want to pay for a paper in Vietnam đồng, but you are in the US, how you can pay that? So that's why in blockchain they support for micropayment. They many paper right now they can use like Bitcoin or like something cryptocurrency that can pay for the membership for that new paper. So that is second application. And the third, right now we face with many like fake news, we face many like fake photo, fake video. So in blockchains, another application is content authentication and ownership. So about with blockchain technology, the content and the content, the video or the photo, they can authentication and prove the ownership of that content. So when they apply the blockchain, they will build the immutable record and digital watermarking. So for my point of view, that is what blockchain can apply into journalism. On top of that, it's still very new and quite like a high tech, but they can, but right now at the moment they have some application into journalism. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that helps me understand as well. Certain areas that it works, and especially things like microtransactions. I'd like to speak to Mr. Duke in the studio here. Hello. I'd like to later discuss your current role a little bit, but first, talking about digital transformation in general, taking place in Vietnam. How is it, I don't know, compared to other countries, or how is Vietnam's media taking on digital transformation? Is it progressing? Is there other things that could be done with it?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I think it's quite a big question and hard to provide a single answer.
You take whatever part you like from it.
Yeah, according to my observation, because I am a lecturer and also a researcher in media and communication areas. So in Vietnam, there's always something like the government guidelines for almost about everything. Also, including media and digital transformation in general. The last 2 years ago, in 2023, in Vietnam, the government has set up a national strategy for digital transformation in media, which they provide a vision to 2030. So according to the strategies, most of the agency in media agency in Vietnam, they have to switch to digital. Like they have specific goals. For example, 100% of media agency they have to reconstruct the newsroom toward digital conversions. And second, all the media agency have to provide news content in all digital platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or even the TikTok. you can find a lot of governments, state-owned governments agency in Vietnam. They have TikTok presence in this digital networks. And also the strategies provide the goals for every newsroom and also university education in media and journalism and communication help to train and retraining for media practitioners and digital to learn digital skills and competence. And last but not least, I know that I have learned that one of the quite difficult goals for digital strategies for media that they have to increase the revenues 20% rate in the next less than 5 years. So I think that's a big goal for them to try the best to catching up with new cutting edge technologies. So in my view, that it depends on the big or the small media agency in Vietnam. So the picture of digital transformation in Vietnam varies amongst different new agencies. For example, small one, I found that they still a little bit confused how to start with, how to prioritize which new technology to invest in. But for some the big, especially the big one, they find the way to invest in some leading technology that media in global scales they are doing it. They learned how to do it, and the big one is going on. To my view, I found I can say the benefit for audience that because right now a lot of media agency in Vietnam they try to provide a lot of information, a lot of content on digital platforms. So a lot of those can provide audience for them to choose which one they would like to know about it. And I can give an example. Have you ever heard about the fan page of government news? That is a newspaper that belongs to the government, and they have the fan page that very high traffic with millions of followers on Facebook. So up to now, I think that even though that digital transformation in Vietnam, in the term of media industry, there are not very clear pathway for this. But at least at the moment, we can find that the development of media industry in Vietnam in terms of content, I think that we can call it a success up to now.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, very interesting. I'd like to go over to Dr. Long Nguyen from RMIT. It was mentioned there about being confused about technology and things like that. But with your expertise, Dr. Long Nguyen, what key strategies could media agencies in Vietnam use to embrace certain types of technology for the sake of boosting sales or even marketing management and such like?
Thanks for the question. I think there are many ways the media can integrate technology in their business operation, but I think I can highlight 5 key strategies that the media can do. I think first, the most important and can be used right away is personalizations. You know that data analysis now is very powerful, and with AI power tools, media can easily understand the reader reference and deliver some personalized content for their interest. If you look back on the commercial side, at the moment, many commercial brands like FMCG service brand now, they utilize the data quite well to understand about the consumer insight, what they reference, the time they use, occasion they consume the product, the content they read to know about the products. So now the utilization allows you to customize the content according to the customer reference, and that's why many commercial brands try to reach out to the customer to provide the relevant contents, things for them to use in some certain products. So back to the media agency, right? So media, by the end of the day, they still need to recruit the reader or the user. So similar like the commercial brand. So with the data that the media has about their readers, so they can know very well about read the reference. For example, the time they come to read the news section, they're gonna read sport, business, politicals, lifestyle, food. For example, in the morning, I go to read the news about the lifestyle sport. In the afternoon, look more about the food, and in the afternoon, in the evening, I read more about the social things, for example. So when the media, they know very well about the article that the reads. When they read with content, they refer with the news, video, podcast, so they can try to apply some customized new feeds, push notifications of the relevant contents to the target reader. Second strategy they can think about is the content not simply limit to the news by textual only. Now they got a lot of innovation in the content format, so the media can try to utilize the new technology to develop the new formats. For example, virtual realities, augmented realities, and with the storytelling technique and different kind of interactive format. So to make the news become less boring, just simply a textual news, for example. So that's something that they can do. Moving forward, media in that new landscape, they can maybe stand alone to work on their own, but the media agency need to make more collaborations and partnership with the technology company, or even though the social media, to leverage their expertise in technology and research, and also media need to do the collaborations with the other media agencies to utilize the strength of the source of the news and the contents to explore how they can distribute their news across different media channel and media agency. Social media now develop very fast, so the fourth strategy I think the media agency can do is try to promote the news media via social medias, because that's where people they utilize and use on a daily basis. So they can engage with the target reader, target audience on the social media. They can try to publish a lot of news on that side. But at the end of the day, they try to drive back the traffic from the social media platform back to their own website or the application where the news provided, so you can keep check on their reference. That's why they need to get more activity with more content on that one. And based on the social media's information, you can find look-alike readers. So you can apply the target advertising to reach out more target reader and try to recruit more people to read on the news. And finally, with the digital development recently, you can see that the sharing from the user content is very relevant. So they may need to find a way how to trigger people who read the news to share back the news they read to different platforms, so they can recruit more organic reader to the platform. So if the media agency apply the strategy, I think they can successfully navigate the digital landscape, expand their reach to the target reader, and engage with the target audience. Then they will be relevant to the developing media landscape recently. So that's some strategy I think the media can apply from short term to the long term plan.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. Mr. Nguyen Thanh Sung from Media Ventures Vietnam. Good morning. I finally get around to talking to you. There was a couple of bits mentioned there about AI. I believe you're quite interested in AI, which of course is, really big topic these days all around the world. What do you think is the best way to utilize AI currently when it comes to communication? And also what should users be wary of as the progress of where it stands right now in its use?
Okay, so I think the only one coming from private sector. So what I share today is more real-time pictures of the AI application. We invested in exploring AI opportunities for the last 4 to 5 years. We cannot wait until the guidance of the government on digital transformation, but we need to, we see AI as a new labor force that we need to utilize. And yesterday I gave a training course for a very big international NGO on the AI application for content creator. So it's similar to what we discussed today. And I explained to them that content creation is not just the production of the content. Actually, it have a four process that we call the 4D process. So the first phase is discovery phase. You actually need to study the audience. You need to build the communication personas. You need to know who are your target audience. You need to know their communication habit. And AI is actually excellent in data analytics. So if you give them enough data, if you give them a model, they can very quickly and easily complete your discovery phase. Then it's come to design phase, when you design the structures, the channel of your content. And in a design phase, there is a collaboration or union between the AI, especially generative AI, and human. And then we come to the first phase, is the production phase, or we call development, development of the content. And AI in this case has to compete with the human. AI can do a lot of things. They can do personalization of the content. They do automated writing. They can create pictures. They can create music. They can do many things at a scale. However, AI cannot replace people in terms of creativity. Because all of the AI models now is based on the generic content, and if you want to produce something that have an impact, you actually need to rely on the uniqueness and the creative and innovation of your content. So in the first phase, the human is still leading the process. And the fourth phase is actually the deployment phase. So you push the content in a various channel. You need to monitor the content. You need to monitor the feedback. AI can perfectly, just like the discovery phase, they help you tremendously on that. So I tell my audience yesterday that I use AI on every aspect of my life. I use it to train my dog. I use it to split the work of my helpers. Not just only communication, but you can actually use AI in every aspect of your life. So it's in one way very exciting. Another way is quite threatening. So what people need to worry about AI, I think the first one is bias. Is on running on the on some of the formula, and sometimes it's built. They create more border around ourselves. So we just reaching out, reading of the information that we feel suitable. But a lot of time you need to expand your horizon of knowledge with all different things. So be very wary of the bias of the content and the news that you receive. The second is over-reliant on the AI, especially with the content creator. Because like I said, AI can be a very good helper and a good assistant, but it cannot replace, or at least now they cannot replace human. We have an analogy. We said that AI can prepare a very fertile soil, but human will put a seed to blossom on that fertile soils. So the first one is the on ethical aspect. What kind of data that you train your AI model, the transparency that you need to let people know that this is AI generated content. And the last one is compliance. Yeah, you will see that EU, US are stepping up on their own regulation on the using of AI. So make sure that your content comply to that if you want to reach out to the international market.
Thank you very much. Yeah, following on from that, to Mr. Chansing from the Vietnam Blockchain Association. You mentioned before your association is also following the AI trend and you're getting involved in that. So following on from those remarks there, how deeply do you think AI innovation is actually being used in Vietnam? And what is its possible true potential in this country?
Yeah, okay. So firstly, I thank Mr. Stern from MVP Group about very many deeply information about AI and your perspective. But there's something that I agree and disagree with Mr. Stern, because there's a very famous quote before in AI that AI will not replace you, but AI user will replace you, right? There's very famous quote. But at the moment, AI right now can replace something that user do is really good, and they think that they never think that AI can replace that. For example, if you follow the latest version of ChatGPT, they send a video that AI can teach children do some basic math. Yeah, and that children can talk with the AI, and directly they are training, they teach the children how to solve that math. And for the yesterday, when Apple released the new version of their update, that when people writing some note and writing some math in the note, that AI can easily to solve that math. So at the user of AI, at a specialist in our major. So I think that AI in the future can replace many things, and we need to follow it, and we need to I think we need to learn a lot. We need to learn a lot to follow the trend of AI, because right now for the research I read that in some hospital that AI can replace some doctor about talking with the patient, and AI do much better than the doctor, because they understand that how to talking with the patient, and how to analyze the genome of the patient. That AI can sympathize. The AI has some sympathize with the patient. And I read that research about 6 months ago, and I don't know how AI can do at the moment. So about how AI can innovation use about in Vietnam currently, I think there's many field, many measure that AI can use, like journalism, like fintech, like banking, anything, because AI is like an assistant. AI increase the work productivity. So for example, in Vietnam Blockchain Association, we have some researcher, and without AI, when I asking them how many press or how many content they can make a day, they said that only 2 or 1 or 2 they can write a content, or they can write a press a day, because in PBA we have our own information online new, so we update daily. So if without AI, they can like do about 1 or 2 container press a day. But do you know how they can do with an AI? 15 press a day with the AI, with ChatGPT, with the bar, or with some new AI, free AI, they can make. So I think the AI increase the work productivity very much. So in any field, any measure, they can apply AI into. And journalism, about communication is, and content creator is the most, I think, is the most field that AI can apply into, because right now you can easy to make a video, you can easy to make an image, or you can easy to make a press or a content or something with AI. And I think the growth of AI, I think we will see it more further. Yeah, and it's still growing, and our risk is we can catch the trend of the trend of growth of AI. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Mr. Duke in the studio here, if there was anything you wanted to add to what he said, then of course feel free. I would also like to ask you a bit more when it comes to modern technology in general. How, in your current role at the university, how do you ensure that people are being trained up or being equipped with the right tools that will actually help them succeed in the future when it comes to modern technology?
Yes, thank you for the question. So I think this problem is vital for educational schools in any country, and also in Vietnam as well. According to the information that provided by Mr. Lee Chen, with concern, and you heard about a lot of new things in media technology nowadays, like AI and data journalism and other technology like VR, virtual reality, and AI something else. So I think that it's pushed educational schools to train, to adapt with this new technologies at the moment. So actually last week, we some media school in Hanoi, we gathered together in a seminar to talk about it. And I was invited to provide a speech about how media school have to change, to adapt with the new thing in media technologies. And I talked about the strategies. Exactly, the strategy, it means what we have to do and what we may do it. I'm not sure that we have done it already because everything is still going on. So I provide 5 strategies for media school. Like the first one is very important to invest in technology. According to my schools of journalism and communication, the leading university is my school, the Vietnam National University of Hanoi. They permit to invest in quite a big amount of money to facilitate technology vehicles for my schools to change everything, to buy computer, buy other technology apps for students to learn it in practice lecture rather than only theories based. And the second strategy, I think that we have been doing it we send a lecturer and trainer to media industry, like working and learn from newsrooms in the country, and also vice versa. I mean, we invite media practitioners back to the campus to train students how to use computer, how to use technologies, and produce news content. And the third, I think we have to make a society, a network of media trainers. We set up a associations of media trainers in Hanoi. We gathered about more than 100 media trainers that should help each other, how to change our ways of teaching the media students. And also we, of course, in the university, we have to change we have to change that syllabus and the programs and education. We have to adding more subject and disciplines and other news, technologies lectures in the campus, like as mentioned, AI, especially AI. And also, last but not least, I think the most important one is we have to make a relationship with some, I can say, let's say, big tech in Vietnam. Not Google, the big tech in its national scales. But in Vietnam, we have some big tech like FPT or Viettel. They can, provide some technology for not only media industry but also for media educational sectors like us. We signed some agreement with them, and they promise to help us, to train our students and provide some, apps or new application. I mean. New technology, new device that if you have to buy it is very expensive, But I also would like to adding one more thing beside the strategies that I have a strongly believe in the youth. I think they are technological savvy, so they can learn very quickly and they can quickly control, quickly let the technology device. To some extent, the media channel will have to follow the dumb ones, because they can do everything, almost everything. So I have a strong belief in the youth that they can learn and they can control it in the near future, and they will be the new generation of media professionals in Vietnam.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I would like to follow on with that as well with Mr. Long Yen from RMIT. I'll actually throw in two questions for you together because one of them follows on from that. Like we've just heard how certain campuses perhaps try and train or equip people with for future success. I guess how does an institution like RMIT cover the importance of new technologies in its curriculums and things like that? You could just answer that if you like the question I was going to ask you about communication, if it can remain truly professional, if people are using AI perhaps to just kind of do the work for them. And I don't know if it stems from people ending up maybe feeling lazy in some ways, just getting someone else to do things. I don't quite know the balance of how that is, but yeah, please answer them in whatever order you like them, whatever suits you.
Yes, thanks a lot. So I think I answered the questions. The first question is about whether we can remain professional if we use AI, because there's still got a controversial views about you need to stay authentic, and then if you use AI to do something with the content, it's not there. My view is whether you like it or not, AI is still there and will develop really fast, right? But you have to use the way how to deal and adapt with that situation. So I don't, for my case, I don't see them as the competitor to our professional communication line. Yes, the communication still remains professional, even though AI is still there and increase the use AI with a lot of people use AI to create the contents. It's not just the professionalism. Actually, I feel them AI integrations usually get the opportunity for us to redefine who we are. Okay, so why I say so, because AI now it can be more about not killing our job, but more about supporting us to do the job better. In three ways. They do with data analysis. They can also do the background review for the content or communication activity we do. And they can also provide some of the suggestion for the news angle or communication area that we can deep dive. For data analysis, you can know very well that they are master. They are the master in data analysis. So you don't need to spend a lot of time to just simply analyze read the SIPs activity, their reference, and as I mentioned earlier, they can help us to analyze the read the SIP flavor and contents. They can help us to do a lot of stuff with that, so they know when, where, how, and they do that. So in many cases, when I do data analysis, I just threw in the bunch of data to ChatGPT or Google Gemini to ask them to analyze data and outline or visualize the data in the way that we want, so they can help us to minimize the workload that we spend to do the manual data analysis, about nearly 30 to 40% in some case. So that they can do. They also can help us to review weekly some of the background, because you know that the communication in the new digital era, we spend a lot of time to do, and that's why we need to get a very quick recap about something happened. And with the AI, they help us to recap and review the background of the topic that we try to discuss and want to write the content. So they are the one who do that, because with the bunch of data and the news that they have, they can easily to recap something happened with things few seconds instead hours that we need to do the research. So that's something we can do. Moving forward, we can now ask them to make suggestions for the content that they can we can add into the conversation, the news angle, the news value that we can add into conversation. Having said that, they can only the thing they can help us to support us. So instead, we focus on doing some of the routine work to data analysis, review article and something else. We can showcase and focus on some of the things we can make better contribution and remain professionalism. For example, the creativity, right? So AI cannot make the creativity in the way that human can do, because we are the one who can break the new angle, the new things to do. They can also not help us to do the critical analysis for the data. The data is there, but we can pick up which one we can highlight. And more importantly, we can make the judgment about the AI content suggestion. And we can highlight the accuracy of the news that AI provide. We can customize the content in the way we want. Which means that we rely on AI to make the suggestion. So they are kind of assistant or secretary to us to repair the material. Same like the chef in the 5-star restaurant, right? So the chef cannot cook everything from the beginning. So mostly the supporting chef or the cook will repair all the things, and just we do the final step to make the some kind of put in ingredients and something else to make the things become authentic by ourselves, right? So for me, it's not the competitor or invasions, and we don't see that it can kill our professionalism. But more importantly, for human, I think, particularly for communication, the relationship building is something AI cannot help us. So when you are trying to get the news, you try to reach out to write, to reach out to interview, and do whatever thing and planning for the communication plan and news. A lot of stuff require human contact and human relations. So building the relationship is something that authentic to us and make us professionalism. You cannot simply reach out to the news source if you don't have the human touch, right? So for me, AI is the supporting tools, and with the combination of AI capacity with our expertise, our professionalism can go up to the next level. With the news more good in number of contents, and the human view and human's expertise can be there. And now bring to the second question, you talk about how we do it. I think very clear that at the moment, MIT, we already integrate AI or the ChatGPT in our curriculum. So MIT Melbourne, 2 months ago, we integrate ChatGPT in our work. And we will read the AI there to support on the students for the content, and also working for the lecture to do some of the review. But we just starting that process, and we also got a very clear policy for using the AI in our curriculum. We allow students to use, but then to acknowledge the source and how they can generate the content using AI. Because sometimes communication students, they have they good in terms of planning and reading the content, but they don't have the ability to make the design, visualize, and do a lot of stuff. So AI can help them to visualize the idea, to make the idea can be, because they propose the idea, that would mean they cannot develop everything from themselves. But with AI can support them for the design, visualize, video, and other kind of things. So that's something that students can do. But ideas from them, but break them from the idea to execution and mock-up contents is something AI can help them to support, and that's something that we encourage the student to do with that thing. So they still remain authentic in the idea and proposal when they do the pitching for the new client for the drip, but they also have the angle about the mock-up content support by AI, and that's something we try to compromise the things. Moving forward, we still try to integrate AI technology in our curriculum, and I think we still remain professional enough with that combinations.
Perfect, thank you very much. I will go to Mr. Wian Tan Sun, and then we actually have a few questions coming from people that are watching. But first off, Wian Tan Sun from Media Ventures Vietnam. When it comes to your expertise in communications, what do you think are maybe the issues or the benefits in having many AI applications that are out there? How might they change the industry in perhaps the medium term or the long term, which I know might be difficult to predict, but I'm asking
you. So couple of weeks ago, I have a meeting with my own friend. We jokingly call him Ambassador Chip or Chip Ambassador. He's the Consulate General of Vietnamese government at San Francisco, and he brought a lot of representatives from companies like NVIDIA to Vietnam. And we said that whatever we think about AI, we still underestimate the power of AI. So the development of AI need to be considered as the discovery of electricity. So you will see that from the beginning, electricity is just only for lighting, just like generative AI today. But with the electricity, there come a revolution, and we have, washing machine, we have fan, we have, millions of things. So the development of AI application is just like that. They have electricity. And now there's tremendous opportunities for the development of own source of AI. And the same happen with the media industry. If you look back at the history as media, printing machine coming from the old age to the electrical way, and now come to the computerized ways. It will change. So it's very difficult to tell you that what the future would bring. But you need to see it as a revolution. And it will be a lot of things that disrupt the industry.
Perfect, thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, we actually have an audience question. So if whoever wants to jump in and try and answer, or if all of you want to try them, please go ahead. How does Vietnam's media agencies try and compete with international media that might be able to, or more likely to be able to invest in cutting edge technologies and things like AI? Or should they not even try and compete at all? How would that work? If anyone wants to try and give their opinion on Vietnam's media agencies trying to compete with those that might have just more resources. Anyone?
I think I can, share some ideas from my viewpoint.
Yes.
I think, according to my research, in terms of digital transformation among media industry in Vietnam, I found that at the moment they still follow traditional source of revenues, like they depend on it, like advertisement, books, the print media and online media as well. But the revenues, is going on reduce, and they have to find another way to do the new thing. Especially, I would like to mention with the revenues. I think that the inevitable for all media agency in Vietnam to follow with the revenues system. They have to invest in technology to prepare for with the payment in the near future. But a lot of media agency in Vietnam, they are still avoid changing the current system at the moment. They still follow the strategies of spread views, like you produce one news content, and they wish that a lot of people will read it, but it's not a sustainable strategy for media industry in the digital age, because in the world, a lot of successfully agencies like Washington Post, the New York Times, they applied video revenues for a long time. So the media agency in Vietnam, they have to learn how to do it. But first of all, I think that they have to change their mind in understanding the audience. Like Mr. Chen Dinh, Mr. Thanh Sơn, Long Nguyen has mentioned before that data as audience is the most important one in terms of digital transformation, because from up to now, I think that media agency in Vietnam, they still keep in mind the traditional ideas, provide information for readers rather than serve the audience. So they have to change this, the first one, and they have to establish a culture that based on the audience, audience-centric strategy for the newsroom. And also, I think that for small media agency, they concerned about a lot of money to invest in technology. So I can suggest them to work together and to make a operations between Vietnamese new agency, to help each other and reduce the cost of technology investment. So they have to find that they can do it in some way, to some extent, and they don't have to pay a lot of money to buy new technologies.
Thank you very much. Does anyone else have anything to add with that, or shall I move on
Yeah.
to the... Yes.
So I think there's a famous quote by Robert Murdoch, the media mogul. What he said is this is an area of not the big fish, eating the small fish, but the quick fish eating the slow fish. I would focus more on the opportunities for the Vietnamese media, rather looking at the threat by the AI. One thing they could do is widen the outreach, because one of the things in the past is a language barrier. Now with AI and the perfectly translation capability, you can actually reach out to any nation that you want. So you can have the same content directed to US, to France, Spain, whoever that touches. So you actually can compete internationally, not just only domestically. The second is ability of segmentation. So the content with the AI enabled can actually direct to a small portion of people. For example, VIR can easily direct the content to Korean investor, Taiwanese investor, French investor, Dutch investor in their own language. And with a special type of content that personalized to them. Look at all of that opportunities, and I see you will see a new stream of revenue to your media.
Thank you very much. I'd like to move on to Mr. Chansing from the Blockchain Association.
Okay.
Hello. I might get asked a couple of questions from the other guests about a bit more about their role and what they might do. So I think it's an opportunity for you to tell us about your association or your role in particular, and if you actually work with others and outside groups to reach your goals. What's the kind of ultimate aim for what you do in
Okay.
Vietnam? Thank you.
Okay, so let me add some addition information about latest question.
Perfect.
So to talk about the potential and how can we compete with the global. So there is a concept in blockchain, and I think that concept is right into the technology also. So that concept is Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. So Web 1 is the web that you only can provide information. Only can provide more information, like newspaper only provide information, like a very old school, like the newspaper do before. The newspaper online, they can only provide information. About the Web 2. The Web 2 is you can provide information and the user can interact with you. So like many like newspaper like VIR also do it. Like you can post the news and the user can interact with you, or you can do the online Zoom and the user interact with you online. So that is Web 2, and the new concept is the Web 3. So the Web 3 is they said that the Web 3 the user can own your information. So I think to talk about opportunity, Vietnam journalism or Vietnam press or the online newspaper, there's many opportunity. The concept is customize and like Mr. Tension said before, it's personality. So right now, user want the customize and personality because at the moment they are overwhelmed by too much news every day. Killing, criminal, like robbing, many, but they only want to learn some like special news about investment, or maybe some news about the school or something. So I think the customized personality is really important, and that's a very good opportunity for the newspaper, or for the press, for the journalism, because that's the key to make the success for Facebook and for TikTok also, because they can customize the news, they can personalize personality, the news, the content they provide to the user. So I give some information about the latest question and about the VBA. So Vietnam Blockchain Association, we established in May 2022. So in Vietnam Blockchain Association is the gathering place for the individual interested in researching, testing, evaluating, or standardizing and promote the application of blockchain and AI technology in Vietnam. It's also the first organization with the official legal entity representing from the blockchain industry throughout the country. So early this year, we also established the Blockchain and AI Academy Innovation, or we call it ABI, with the aim introduce the new technology to 1 million people and educate them how to apply AI, how to apply blockchain into the real world, into the real life. And we are promoting education in this field to diverse audience, include a government entity, business, and individual. And at VBA, we focus to create the healthy environment for startup and project in crypto and AI, in blockchain and AI sector. And we are committed to protect user from scam and fraudulent project in the online space So that's what VBA are doing, and ABI Academy of Blockchain and AI Innovation doing. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll be wrapping up quite soon, so I'd like to get, any thoughts and remarks that any of the guests may have that haven't been covered yet. For example, Mr. Longwian at RMIT, if there was anything that you wanted to cover on those questions that just came up, if you wanted to say anything about that, or in general about perhaps the audience again were also asking us about balancing AI with human journalism or human media in general. How do we make sure the balance is correct? What is the balance? I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to add from your remarks today.
That's a very good question and also challenging question, because to balance the AI's content with some content that reverse, I think it's not an easy task. But I mentioned to you that AI is usually at the assistant, with we need to stay authentic and professionalism. That's why we don't want to make the assistant become a main person to talk. Rather than I just think that they just have to repair for all the things that we need to make our media agency become more authentic with the news and the language we write. So maybe I can help us to create some of content, but paraphrase or do some kind of things or put in input from the human voice. I think that is the requirement for the media agency to remain authentic and professionalism in the field. Moving forward, I think now reader is look for more about the authentic and the unique news that provided by the mainstream media, because the other news that they can generate easily from the social media and the web page, and many groups on social media share the content. So to remain authentic, I think the mainstream media need to find the column that wide unique. And I like the way Mr. Sir say that we need to customize the content according to the group of user, and from that we can provide more authentic content that they cannot find anywhere in the world or in any kind of social media that they utilize. For example, when I last year when I read the news, we call the Vietnam Digital Music Landscape Report. That's something very unique, and that's why people they cannot find anywhere else. So the kind of unique report that created by us, but not by AI. But if you talk about the digital landscape and other kind of thing, people usually to use ChatGPT and then the kind of AI to get the information. But about a particular segment, particular things about the operation of, let's say, digital music business or industry, then no kind of report can customize for the Vietnam context, and that's why my report still stay authentic with a lot of information available in the internet. So that somehow I can make a kind of suggestion. So that things, AI still support us to make the review, but to make ourselves unique, authentic, we need to put our voice and paraphrase and deep dive into some of the area that the reader cannot find anywhere in the society or in the social media landscape. And that somehow media agency can make their own area. One thing also very clear that now with the social media and the news everywhere, fake news, news without any kind of verification, and that's why media agency need to stand firm to remain authentic, because that's where people look for when any kind of thing coming out, right? So when a crisis, when anything coming out, rumor, they need to look for the new authentic, and sometimes rumor can create the wrong version of AI, because AI just generate all the information about fake news, and they answer based on the fake news that generate. So we try to phone to the chat to follow all the trendy topics, and we just talk about some trendy topic with at the end of the day, media, we make no different from the other social media news or something else. So media agency can stay authentic by have their own view and their own unique verification or verified news, and that somehow make a different from the rest of the news that created by AI by the people who are on social media. And that's my view.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Nguyen Van Son from Media Ventures Vietnam. Of course, if there was anything to sum up that you haven't covered that you would like to, of course, you can let us know. If you wanted to add to what was just said with the question on balancing the use of AI with human journalism or human communication in general. And if there was anything you wanted to address before we wrap up later on, if there's a gaping hole in something we've missed, or there's something you wanted to expand on, then please go ahead.
Okay, so I think this is a very, very big question, the relationship between human and AI in the area of AI. I think, well, 15 years ago, we have a workshop when we're talking about the future of media in the time when news become commodity. So you will see that the definition of media and the definition of journalism are putting in a debate. And with on the news, information, data today, I think we need to look back at the definition of the media and the journalists and journalism. And I think this is a very, very big question. I just only want to say that the AI application and especially generative AI actually replace a lot of role in the media industry. If you look at the data journalism, if you look at the data mapping, picturing, visualization, I think it's can be perfectly replaced by AI. So in that sense, I agree with Mr. Long that the authenticity is the number one in terms of people when they look at the article and reportage. The second thing is the personal point of view. I mean, all of that AI generated content, generate content, very balanced, but people are not balanced. People need to have a strong point of view. So again, this put into contrast of how you view the job of the reporter and the job of journalism, news, distributor, or provide a deep understanding and personal point of view. To be honest, I don't have answer to that. I think this issue is still on debate, and the more we discuss about that, the better.
Thank you to everyone of our 4 guests that were here to discuss it. I've definitely learned a lot anyway. Remember, next Friday will be Vietnam's 99th Revolutionary Press Day, so you can catch more coverage of that on VIR and our publications and elsewhere. But yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Goodbye for now. Thank you for everyone. Thanks.